Hi, welcome to Wagon TV. We're here at Cheile in Newcastle with Nell Bryden. Nell, how's it going?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
All the way from America.
I know. Well, I'm actually just finishing up a 3-month tour, and I'm going back home to America on Tuesday. So,
all right.
yeah.
So you've done four international tours,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
With Katie Tunstall and
Counting Crows. Yeah, they were really fun to play for. They're all very gracious. I think sometimes you expect people that are like at that level of fame to be kind of obnoxious and sort of, this is my stage, this is our production. Yeah. They were all really, really nice. Katie Tunstall, you could tell that she works hard. Like she's been out there on the road a lot. And all the guys in the Counting Crows are my friends, and they were just really fun to play with. Mm-hmm. We played at Liverpool Arena, and there was 9,000 people there. Wow. And I just had this feeling when I was standing up there, because I'd been, doing tours of small venues and theaters and stuff, and I stood up there and just heard the way my voice went out into the room and out to the back of the stadium, and it was just like this incredible feeling. They basically had to pull me off with like one of those gong hooks, at the end of the stage, because I just did not want to leave. So they were like, no, it's our turn now. Yeah, get off.
So how long have you been touring around Ireland for now?
Long time. I mean, it's funny because Ireland is sort of where I kicked it off. Really initially. I was doing a lot of touring around the States, but I kind of just never was able to sustain it because there was so much distance in between each place, and I was just going for years and not really making any money and not making ends meet, so I'd have to get a job in between each tour. It was just a mess. And then I heard from a friend that they'd just come over here and played a tour, and it just sounded kind of interesting. I'd never been here, I didn't know anyone, so I thought, well, maybe I'll book a gig there and see what happens. And I booked a gig at DeBarris, actually, in Cork, in Clonakilty, and then I had that one gig, and I thought, well, now I have that, I should set up some more. I should just sort of go out there and see what I can do. And before I knew it, through the internet and emailing people and just cold calling, I had 30 dates set up. And I just decided to rent out my apartment in New York and just go on the road and stay here. And once I got over here, it was like something really clicked, because there's something about Ireland that really embraces the underdog, especially in music. Like, they really appreciate someone who's a troubadour and is out there doing it for the right reasons, just trying to get the music out there. And there's no pretensions, and there's no sort of, you have to have $1 million marketing budget to really get your music heard here. People just are up for the crack, basically.
Good word.
Yeah.
And the album, tell us a bit about the album.
The album is called What Does It Take? And it's out in all the shops now, and in the HMVs and everything. It's an album of songs that I sort of recorded in New Orleans and New York, and then halfway through the project, this amazing producer got involved called David Kirschenbaum, and he did Tori Amos and Tracy Chapman's first album, and Joe Jackson stepping out. And he was amazing to work with, because there's something about a very experienced producer that knows how to produce vocals. And if you don't, they can just sort of be part of the mix, but if they really know what they're doing, they get this warm quality that just everything kind of is very rounded around them. They really stick out in the right way. So it was very, very exciting working with them.
Good. And what song are you going to play today?
I'm going to play Second Time Around. We released this here as a single in Ireland, and now we're going to release it in England. So England's now following Ireland in this case.
You've been getting a lot of airtime on the radio and stuff.
I did, yeah. Well, we released a single called What Does It Take?, which is obviously the title track of the album. And it was this real fairy tale. This is in England on Radio 2, on BBC Radio 2. And they have this thing that's the playlist charts, and only a certain amount of people get in. And I was up against some people that the major labels were throwing millions of dollars into their marketing and into all of this. And for some reason, my song got picked, and then it was on the charts, and then they bumped it up to the A-list. So that meant it was getting played like so many times. I was getting all these emails from people I hadn't heard from in like 5 years, being like, "What are you doing all over the radio? This is crazy." And I just looked at Music Week this week, and I'm now number 26 in the UK charts. Yeah, between Paolo Nutini and the Pussycat Dolls.
That's brilliant.
And I'm like the only unsigned.
Well, you're way better than the Pussycat Dolls. Anyway,
that's okay. They dance around in bikinis, so I'm not going to do that.
That's great. Well,
yeah. So let me play Second Time Around for you.
Wagon TV with Nell Bryden playing Second Time Round.
You still owe me money. Tell me, turn my calls. I could use a friend right now. You're not there no more. And they said it's hard, and that is where you will go. Don't think I'm gonna try. try a second time.